How did you like building Nintendo Vehicle Labo?
It was fun. I liked it when we played it.
Was it hard to build it?
A little bit.
Did it take a long time?
But for the car, yes. But for the airplane and the submarine, not really.
And what did you think of the adventure mode?
It was good. I liked it to be the airplane.
What was fun about the airplane?
Because you can fly and there's guns on it.
And what about the car?
The car, I like it because you can drive and it's easy to get and you can get the gas station and throw bombs and saws and stuff like that for the car.
And what about the submarine?
I like the grappling hook.
Did you have fun watching your brother build the Labo?
Yes, it's so good. Even I played it really well.
Would you like to keep playing with the Labo?
Yeah, sure thing. If you let me play with it.
What's your favorite part?
It's more the submarine, and I like when you do grab hook, even the airplane, even the car. Cause if the car drives to the gas station, you can pour gas and then.
I'm not afraid to say that I've been a vocal critic of Labo, not so much of the idea, as I'm completely on board with what Nintendo is trying to accomplish, but I felt they just didn't execute that vision in the initial offering. With my 30 years of history growing up with Nintendo, I didn't doubt that they could get it right eventually, but I had my reservations. It didn't take long for the professionals over at Nintendo to figure out the shortfalls, and with this second offering, they're back to their masterful ways. By focusing more on the software, the Labo developers have created an experience that is worthy of the time and effort required to finish the construction. And the software with the Joy-Con provides hours of entertainment long after you've finished your final folds and creases. Putting together your shiny new Labo vehicle kit isn't much different from the previous two, though the pacing of the construction is a noticeable improvement. The vehicle kit is completed in 4 stages, with each section taking 1 to 2 hours to complete, and finishing with the opportunity to test out the newly built Toy-Con in the field. It's the perfect weekend project for you and your children. The on-screen instructions are easy to follow, and my 7-year-old was able to build the majority of the kit with only light supervision. It's easy to lose the interest of a child, but the 1 hour it took for most sections was the perfect amount of time to keep him engaged, and rewarded him with a vehicle to pilot at the end. The Toy-Con can be built in any order you like, with the one exception being that the gas pedal will need to be the first project. The gas pedal is universal, controlling the acceleration of whichever vehicle you've put the ignition key in. After putting together the accelerator, a short mini-game akin to a slot car track gives you a small reward and a short break before beginning construction of the first Toy-Con. The pedal feels surprisingly solid for cardboard, and has so far survived the roughhousing of a few rambunctious children. The most elaborate of the 3 projects is the all-terrain vehicle. It took a little over 2 hours and has multiple phases that all come together in the end. The steering wheel feels pretty solid and sits on a base to give it some extra weight. Driving the ATV feels smooth and it's easy to control. The speed is a pace that will feel fast for a young child, but is consistent enough for an adult to always be in control. A turbo pulley is on the right side of the base for some extra speed and provides a nice little boost to get some distance on the jumps. A lever on each side of the wheel provides weapons and gadgets that can be selected and switched on the fly. Bombs can be thrown to destroy enemies, and a saw can be used to cut down trees. Refueling is always done through the ATV, through a cable that connects to the power station when you are within range. The highlight for my son though was the paint studio. An included accessory is a cardboard spray can that allows you to paint the ATV in the colors of your choosing. It's completely unnecessary to the experience, but it is further proof that Nintendo knows what kids like. The submarine is easily the most awkward vehicle to steer, but provides for some memorable moments. Movement is propelled by dual fans that are controlled by perpendicular wheels on a base. By twisting each wheel, you control the direction of the fan, which will propel the submarine in any direction. Turning requires rotating the wheels in opposite directions, and more often than not I would find myself going in the wrong direction because my mind just couldn't get used to the movement. It was a great opportunity for my son to show me up though, so I left most of the underwater exploration up to him. The submarine interacts with the environment by using a grappling hook that is equipped with sonar. By hooking onto an item and then reversing, you can pull and move objects underwater. My clear favorite was the final and easiest Toy-Con to assemble, the airplane. The Toy-Con stick took a little under an hour, but it's the vehicle I've spent the most time exploring with. It feels fantastic. The flight is very responsive, and I was surprised and excited to learn that it included a trigger to lock onto targets and blow them out of the sky with missiles. While the steering wheel is likely getting some extra mileage in Mario Kart, I'm more excited over the potential of the flight stick in future Nintendo games. If a version of Pilot Wings, or some sort of air combat simulator is ever released with Toy-Con support, I will be purchasing it day one. My only reservation is that it sits on a cardboard spring that has held up so far, but I can envision a time in the future when my overeagerness on a turn will result in me needing to order a replacement. The crown jewel of the new vehicle kit, and the most impressive upgrade from the initial Labo offering, is the Adventure Mode. Nintendo's answer to replayability was to create a beautiful large expanse, in which to spend hours exploring and completing quests. The open world consists of 10 hexagonal areas, each with its own respective theme: city, desert, beach, etc. Each area has 8 different tasks to complete, all of which are tracked on a map that is revealed after you've fueled up at the respective area's power station. The tasks are spread out in a way that requires usage of all 3 vehicles, whether it's picking up a passenger and taking them to another location, or searching the terrain for hidden chests. Switching vehicles is very easy. Simply pull a key out of the ignition of the vehicle you're currently driving, and the vehicle will convert to the newly activated one. I had quite a fun time surveying the land in the airplane, and then pulling chute when I spotted something of interest, which would parachute me down as either the ATV or the submarine. While the variety kit did provide some entertainment, I felt that the replayability of that initial Labo came up short, and has led to my reduced enthusiasm in the product line. If you had a similar feeling to what I did, don't let that previous experience prevent you from trying out this new offering. Whether Nintendo learned some lessons during the first run, or if the extra time in development has allowed them to release a more polished experience, I'm not sure. But what I do know is that the Labo vehicle kit is miles ahead of its predecessors, and has made me excited again about the future of this franchise. Thank you very much for watching our review at Nintendo World Report TV. Make sure to subscribe and check out some of our other great reviews.